With the recent release of Strand with the Lightfall DLC for Destiny 2, Bungie has made an error that will then compound on an error that they've had previously that I think that they should fix. So both of these together are going to cause some issues for people in the Strikes playlist. So the main issue right now is if we go into the Vanguard Strikes playlist, the weekly pinnacle challenge for the Vanguard Ops is to complete the playlist using the same subclass element as the currently active Elemental Surge. But this is an issue because if we click in here, this is the currently active Elemental Surge. It is Strand. So unless you've purchased the new DLC, so Lightfall, and progressed along that enough, completed the entire campaign to unlock Strand, you won't actually have access to this reward from the regular Vanguard Ops playlist. Now, there is a workaround to this, but this is where the second issue comes in. So you can go to the Nightfall playlist, and it has the same weekly challenge available, so you can complete it in either of the playlists. And if we click in here, there are two surges. So there is a Strand surge as well, but there's also a Void surge. Now, this introduces a new issue and an old issue. If you're required to do the Nightfall to be able to get this pinnacle because you don't have access to Strand unless you have Lightfall, then you run into the issue that free-to-play players have had for a long time, where some of the Nightfalls will be exclusive strikes that are not available to free-to-play players. Now, that compounds with the fact that what if the two surges were Strand and Stasis? Then the free-to-play players can also still not get this pinnacle. And the third factor is, with the recent changes to the difficulty for this activity is 1770. And at 1770 and anything above 1770, you're still at a set power differential. So it's like -5 or -10, something like that for the power differential, right? But if you're lower than that, so if you don't have Strand unlocked and you're trying to do this and you're, 1765 or 1760, then all of a sudden you're now doing the same difficulty. If we clicked in the difficulty options here, you're now basically trying to do a legend with how the power scaling and stuff works. I think legend is -15 power. So essentially you'd be trying to do a legend difficulty just to do the regular difficulty because you're going into it underpowered because you don't have Strand and you need to use the Void Surge. You need to equalize all of these different things and make it so that players can actually complete the challenges that they put on the screen for them. So if the challenge is to go into the Vanguard Ops and use the same subclass element, then you need to make it so that it's not Strand and it's not Stasis, or on the weeks that it is Strand and it is Stasis, then make it so that it's two surges in the regular playlist. That essentially solves all of the issues here. If they just come in and make it so there's always one of the base elements as a surge, so Arc, Solar, or Void, if you have one of those three always as an available surge in the regular Strikes Vanguard Ops playlist, then it negates everything else that I said because they won't have to come down here, although they should have access to all the Nightfalls. That would be nice, but they don't have to come down here. They don't have to worry about the power differential. If you just add a simple one more surge, so two surges in Vanguard Ops, just to make sure that it can always be completed without DLC requirements, then that's all you need to do. Now, one more very quick thing that I wanted to note here is that even before the difficulty changes in Destiny 2, only 30.7% of the players who have played and tried this game and continue to play this game have completed a Nightfall strike. And like I said, this was before the difficulty changes, before it was harder, essentially. That was back when you could overlevel for stuff. People didn't complete the regular Nightfall. So regardless of the reason for this stat, having 70% of your player base not even completing base Nightfalls when they were really easy and you could over level for them, now requiring them to be under level and do the same difficulty as, Legend perhaps in their first week of trying to do powerful gear and stuff, it just doesn't make any sense. You just need to add one extra surge to the regular strike playlist, and while you're at it, just make every Nightfall available for free-to-play players. Leave your guys' thoughts and suggestions down in the comments down below. Love to have a conversation about this. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, everybody.